welcome back to game number 2, ladies and gentlemen, between these incredible players here. 46 minutes game number 1 lasted, and just about edging it for a Zerg. But before we get onto that, we have spawning on the top right position of Habitation Station as the red Protoss player. He represents roxkis, an incredible display. Lots of great carrier and high Templar usage in game number 1, ultimately falling. Are we going to see something similar here? It is Titan. And he faces off against the Zerg from Team My Insanity in the top left. In what must be the highest average game length I've seen probably since Goody played in a tournament I cast. This guy has shown incredible stamina and perseverance. He is one game away from playing his teammate in the lower bracket round 3. Can he do it? It is Kane.
Now, interestingly enough, usually the Zerg in that kind of a long game is like, okay, I'm gonna go swarm hosts. I'm going to dictate the pace of this game, and that's how it kind of happens. But that game, it was really Titan dictating the pace of the game, saying, I'm going to go up to 6 Void Rays off of 3 Stargates, do some pressure, force you into that kind of Mass Corruptor with Swarm Host support style while I go carriers. So Titan was the one really forcing Kane into that kind of a unit composition, which is not something we usually see, because Protosses don't like playing against that unit composition very much.
Yeah, it's true. It's just a frustrating composition to deal with, and, well... I mean, both sides happy to do it. In that previous game, you could see both of them were really sort of microing their hearts out and trying to anticipate where the next battles were going to go. I think in that sense, we have to give credit to Kane for his map awareness and his creep spread. That really is where he was able to get a really nice advantage over Titan and anticipate where the battles were happening. If you imagine a couple of those scenarios where Titan sneaks around the edge of the map and surprises Kane while all of his units are out of position, he could easily sneak in an extra base or two. And to be honest, when you get to a game that's 46 minutes long and most of the map is mined out, an extra base or two, even for a couple of minutes, could be game deciding.
You know, Kane actually has some of the best creep spread in the foreign scene. He's it's something that he focuses on very diligently, and it's something that can definitely help on this map as well. This is a map where Roach Hydra is very popular, especially with that gold base, and the rush distance is not all that far, so creep spread not too hard to do on this map. Meanwhile, we have a Nexus first into a Forge coming out of Titan. This is also a change up from last game, as he did go Gateway first last game, so we'll see what he decides to do with this.
In fact, this is actually one of the only early Forge games we've seen so far in this qualifier tournament. Gateway expands, of course, just being the norm these days, so instead, going to be going for the Nexus into Forge, going to try and get a more of an economic-centric build here. Let's see what kind of tech path he chooses to go this game. Now, are we actually going to see something similar 2 games in a row? I feel like Titan is switching it up for a reason, and that we're unlikely to see that here. Cast a curse, of course, so we'll see.
It's definitely a possibility if he wants to go that way, but I don't think it's going to be happening. I mean, he's not going to be going early Oracle, at least. That's 100% certain at this point.
Yeah.
Quick third hat trick for Kane coming down at the gold, and I really, really like that. And from here, you can go Roach Hydra on, like, you can max out on Roach Hydra at literally about 10:30 to 11 minutes with this. So it's very, very scary to play against as a Protoss, and I believe Kane was actually practicing that yesterday.
Well, that actually... I think, if that's what Kane's plan is, that will bring a huge smile to his face, because he has seen that this is a Nexus first with a Forge to follow it up. So he's going, well, hang on a second, I can eliminate that early Oracle. If you're going for any sort of huge pressure, it's going to come a little bit later, because you did get that Nexus first, and you did get a Forge down. All of a sudden, I'm able, even if I end up losing at some point later on in the game, I can keep the gold base a little while longer. I can squeeze out a couple more drones, get a couple more units out, and just generally feel more comfortable. So he's going to be really happy that this was the strategy of choice from Titan, specifically on this map. Now we wait to see if Kane can make it work.
We're going to see... Titan's going to do some aggression. The question for me is it going to be 4-gate pressure, or is it going to be a 7-gate all-in? He's spent 2 chronos on his warp gate already, so it's definitely going to be aggression. He hasn't chronoed his +1 yet, but I think the most likely is to see a +1 4-gate aggression, but we have seen 7 gates off of Nexus first. It's mostly from Stardust. Other players don't like it so much, but it is a possibility. Now, the question is, what's the gateway count going to be? And
well, the third base is scouted now, and he knows that a very, very quick gold has come out from Kane. So I think this is going to force some sort of reaction from Titan, and then we play count the gateways, like you said.
All right, 4 so far. I think it's going to stick at 4. A 625 Roach Warren coming out of Kane. That's a very safe time for a Roach Warren. You're not going to take too much damage from 4-gate pressure, but 4-gate pressure with a Stargate could be a little bit of a different story.
Yep, and here we go. The Stargate is actually inside the main base. So, in a location where I'm not sure if that's been scouted yet, the Overlord, oh, it is going to be flying towards it, and we'll spot the Stargate in just a second. There we go.
Yep. Alright, so he knows what's coming, but seeing the Stargate may well make him think that there's no gateway pressure if he doesn't see those gateways coming up. He may think it's Stargate instead of gateways, but he sees the gateways, he knows exactly what's coming, and Kane should be perfectly fine against this if he reacts properly.
Yep, and the additional gateways about to pop out now. The Stargate almost complete. And, well, we are going to see that early game pressure regardless from Titan. Yes, even if it's seen, you can still try and put some pressure on, especially since this third base is just so far from the natural as far as creep spread is concerned. Of course, Kane being very diligent with that, almost connecting it already, which is fantastic for him.
Oracle's going to be the follow-up for Titan here, not going for straight Void Ray, which also means probably not going for as quick a third base. So, in comes Titan. He's going to try to do some damage here, but a lot of roaches all spawning at the third base. Really nice decision there by Kane, actually. I believe that was probably manual that he made all of the roaches at that base, since he only had 5 in production. So, either incredibly lucky, most lucky person in the world, or very well done. And it looks like Kane's going to be putting on pressure of his own. He's got speed almost done for his Lings, more Lings on the way, Lair on the way as well. He wants to deny this third base, which is going down, and I think he should be able to. It's very hard to take this with a Stargate if you're not going Void Ray.
Yep, I just want to accentuate what you said as well. Pretty sure it was manual building all the roaches at the third base there, and knowing that the attack was incoming, just moving the queen slightly back until the roaches pop was such a great decision.
Oracle. Sorry to interrupt you, but we have an Oracle with 9 kills already at the gold.
Whoa, and that...
And it gets away.
Oh dear, a little bit of a blunder there, but also bear in mind, look at how much pressure is going on against the third base and the natural here. There are Zealots being warped in to deal with the Lings, and actually, is Kane going to be able to break through here? The third base has not been cancelled just yet, getting a lot of sentries, which is nice, but is he going to be able to keep the momentum going? For now, it looks like it is. Will the third stay up?
The overcharge can't go down until it's finished, obviously. So he is going to deal a lot of damage here, and I think he actually may well get the cancel. The Void Ray's not actually charged up, which is a big problem, and he does get the cancel there. Titan not able to establish his own third base. 10
workers killed versus 0. It is 54 to 51 workers. Bear in mind, though, that Kane has been mining from the gold for some time, so both sides going to be moving back in just a little bit. The 10-kill Oracle is thinking about coming in for round 2, possibly into the main base as well. Yep, here we go. And let's see how much damage can be done. Needs to be careful about that Spore Crawler, but should be able to pick off 2 or 3 drones before... Yes, just about able to do so. And 13 kills, doing a great job there.
Titan has had very, very good control this entire game, and he had great control with his units in the last game as well, for the most part. Doing very, very well with that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he ends up going for this game. While I say that, I just noticed there's 6 queens marching across the map.
Yeah, that looks somewhat suspect. I
like this.
This is interesting.
I like this because it's so weird, and I like weird
stuff.
But, the Void Ray not going to go down. The Mothership Core looks like it might.
Yep, there we go.
Bye-bye.
And all of a sudden, what is going on? He's saying, well, hang on a second, I know you have the Stargate, so what if I just march over with a bunch of queens? Are you going to be able to make enough units to deal with this in time? Note, by the way, that Kane is largely droning up behind this. So, he needs to be careful, though. These queens don't look like they're long for this world.
No, that's a terrible engagement. Titan with actually really good decision-making to come out, but the Lings coming from behind, able to pick up a lot of the sentries already. The Force Fields are all gone. There's nothing to deal with the Void Rays here, but he can still pick off the expensive sentries. 3 of them surviving. Kane pulling on back here. He's got a Spire on the way, 9 more Roaches on the way. And he's still in a pretty good spot as long as he has that third, and Titan doesn't.
And Hero Oracle is now up to 17 kills and counting.
Wow.
No Spore Crawl in the natural expansion. And he gets away. He's at 19. This is looking pretty good for Titan, considering how many queens were lost there. There are only 3 queens left for Kane right now, and Titan must be feeling quite comfortable.
3 more queens did just pop. There's a lot of roaches here. 6 queens is enough to deal with 3 Void Rays. And Titan's kind of all in here. He is definitely all in. He's added on 4 more gateways. He's up to 8.
Oh my god. 25.
Oh my god.
Oracle on 25, and he gets away! This is actually insane. The amount of damage that has been done by this single Oracle is nothing short of legendary in this game. And now our Zerg player is down to 42 versus 56 workers. Ooh, forcing the engagement here. I'm not sure about this because of the fantastic concave coming out of here from Kane, but it looks like Tyson's going for it.
I don't know if this is going to work. The concave, as you said, is good. There's queens in there as well that are going to help with their transfuses, if nothing else. More Lings going to be able to stream into this engagement as well. The Force Fields have been good, but they are gone now. Down goes the Mothership Core. There are 4 Void Rays now, not just the 3, but it's not going to be enough. Titan is pushed back to his pylon at the very least, and now the Queens are going for the engagement. Still energy for transfuses on every single one of them. One of the Void Rays goes down, another one very, very low on health, and this all-in push has been completely deflected.
Yeah, I didn't like that coming out of him at all. I thought, well, hang on, if you've killed this many workers with your Oracle, surely you can sit back at least for a little bit and maybe try and use that to defend a third. Instead, he's going for a massive push, and all of a sudden, Kane, back to 106 supply versus 92 on Oracle. Oh my god, 27 kills. I don't actually think I've seen this many kills on an Oracle in a pro game.
He needs
before.
a name. What's his name gonna be?
Bob.
No, Ozzy. Ozzy the Oracle.
Ozzy the Oracle, not Bob. You're right, Ozzy beats Bob. But now I think Ozzy Osbourne. I'm thinking him in like dark sunglasses and
This Oracle deserves dark sunglasses. Another engagement coming down. The Queen's going to be caught out a little bit, but they have so much energy to transfuse, I just don't think it's going to matter. The Ling's coming on around. Down go a lot of these units. One of the Queens has fallen. Another one going to not go down because the transfuses are just so good. And Titan gets cleaned up again.
And all of a sudden, I think Titan is now amongst his last legs in this game. Take a look at his gas. It's currently only at 100. He's got 1,300 minerals. A little bit starved there for gas. And he's on 2 bases. So, Kane right now, okay, he's still only on 45 drones, but the point is he is sitting pretty, and Titan doesn't feel like he can move out of his main base very much.
Queen's going to deny a third.
And here comes the Muta switch from Kane as well. That is going to be huge.
Oh, Ozzy died.
No.
I had him selected and he disappeared.
Ozzy, no.
27 kills. Rest in peace.
Wow. That Oracle really is by far MVP of this game.
Rip in pieces.
Rip in pieces. Very, very nice. Even if Titan ends up losing this game, that Oracle will be forever remembered.
Yeah, now the problem, though, is that, as you said, he doesn't have gas, which means that his last couple of warp-ins were Zealots. He's warping in Stalkers now, but his last couple were Zealots. Some Mutas are in the main. Engagement coming down at the would-be third, and there's just not enough by the looks of it for Titan. Actually, he's pushing through. The ground army here for Kane is not the strongest in the world, but the Mutas are just doing so much damage. In come Links to reinforce. The Queens still have transfuses, and transfuse just helping out so much. And
here I think the Mutas could potentially join up with this as well, but they're continuing to do harassment in the natural. I think the Mutas could actually clean up the rest of the air potentially. If they were here 30 seconds earlier, I would say that they would have killed off the Void Rays in the Mothership Core, and we would have been sitting pretty happy right now. But don't forget, the Mutas have done so much damage in the meantime. Like, it's actually incredible. If we take a look at the workers killed, it's 29-7 right now. And yes, okay, most of that was down to Ozzy, but Kane has stopped mining for so long here.
Yeah, the biggest thing as well is that there's only one Stargate producing Phoenixes. He tried to take out the Stargate to deny Phoenixes, but now he's up to 19 Mutas. There's single Phoenixes without range is not going to do anything against that.
And the income right now, Kane is currently doubling the income of Titan, who looks like basically he needs to push through and try and win the game with what he's got at the moment, because economically he's just really far behind right now. And here we go, Hero Phoenix. I'm afraid we're not going to be naming you like Ozzy, because I highly doubt you're going to be able to get that many kills on the Mutalist. And in fact, Kane just saying, actually, I'm pretty sure I can 1A this here situation. He would be correct. GG! And Kane takes the victory 2-0 to advance to play Stardust in the lower bracket.